Let's see. All right, it seems like we've got Facebook in the house. Say hey when you get here. And YouTube, looks like we might have connected there. Hey, Tony. Hey, Jen. All right, you guys. So today we are going to introduce shortcut card sketch number 20. Brand new card sketch for you, absolutely complimentary. And we're going to review our paper sampler and the newest holiday catalog paper sampler offer. And we're going to make a card. Brand new card sketch coming your way, and we're going to make a card with it right away. All right, so we're going to give everybody a little bit to find us. And while we do that, I am going to be productive with the time. I'm going to slide aside. So we have holiday catalog mini paper sampler is in the RSVP phase. So if you're going to join us for the holiday catalog mini sampler, you're going to want to fill out our WooFoo form and RSVP. Let us know that you're going to join us. Let's see if we can get that link in the comments. I'm not sure for sure if it's in the description. It might be in the description. I think I put it in the description, but we'll get it in the comments for you. This is video number 2 of our mini summer sampler series. So if you don't know about our paper sampler, you guys, we do a paper sampler every time Stampin' Up! Releases a bunch of new paper. So now with the online exclusives, we're doing them a little bit more often. There's more paper samplers, and let's see if I can pop this link in the description for you. There's more paper samplers since Stampin' Up! Is doing the 3 catalogs plus online exclusive releases. So the card we're making today is the part 2 of our summer mini sampler, shortcut card sketch number 20. We're taking RSVPs for the holiday mini paper sampler. The holiday mini paper sampler is going to have the 9 new designer series papers, and you can get them as just the paper, or the sampler with PDF sketches, or the sampler with concierge sketches. What's concierge sketches? Well, that's our laminated sketches. So we've got 21, 22, and 23 with this sampler. And so it's your choice. You can have them with the PDF, which will be 1 through 23, all in a PDF file, included with your paper, early espresso and olive linen thread pack, and streak dots. Or you can get them concierge style, which are these laminated ones. So you'll get the newest 3 laminated, 21, 22, and 23, plus the PDF file of shortcut card sketches 1 through 23. Or you can get just the paper as an option. So if you just want the paper sampler, that's really a option for my team, because they get all my shortcut card sketches and all my PDFs and all my everything content for free. So as you're a kitchenette, the longer you stay a kitchenette, the more free content you get. You get all the updates on the shortcut card sketch PDF for free, and you can buy any accessories or papers that you love. You can buy more of from yourself at a discount. So I really do just the paper mostly as an option for my team, but you're welcome to do just the paper with us if you want to also. So that's our paper sampler. It's going on right now. And to RSVP for holiday paper sampler, I'll drop a link in the comments right now. Paper sampler. Okay, so today is our part 2 of the spring sampler. And let me show you what we're gonna make. Let me control copy. Let me post that here, and then I'll post that over here. Usually Elena does these things for me, or Desi does these things for me, but Desi's back to school, and I didn't tell Elena to be prepared. All right, there we go. I put the RSVP for the holiday paper sampler. So now you can RSVP 1 week from order date. I can bill for the sampler, so that works out to be, I think, the 27th. So join today by RSVPing, let us know you're coming, and then the 27th we'll send you a link to pay. Let us know if you want the PDF sketches, the concierge sketches, or just the paper, okay? This flyer is on my blog post right now. If you want all the details, you can grab it and print it out so you know exactly what you're getting. And let me show you what we're doing today. Today we're doing shortcut card sketch number 20. So this sketch is yours. We'll be releasing it on the blog today and on the Craft Social. So you can get the single PDFs on my blog absolutely free. If you want the compiled document with a printable cover, if you're not a paper sampler people, you can either buy the holiday paper sampler and we'll give you the PDF, or you can purchase the PDF with shortcut card sketches 1 through 20 right now. It's $4.99 for a compiled PDF. Just a great way to support the channel. All right, so if you want the shortcut card sketch PDF, there'll be a link in the description below to the blog post as soon as we publish it, and you can pick up that PDF. Just save it for free. We're going to make this card today, and you'll see based on the sketch. Wait, let me get this one out of here so no distractions. Crafty girls do what they want with the sketches, right? Okay, so if you're looking at my sketch, it says right on there, these sketches are meant to be a help to you in your card making. I hope that they give you confidence to jump right in and craft. So the whole point of this is to get you cutting the paper and crafting. There's no right or wrong. Feel free to rotate or mirror the design. Okay, so you can add elements. Oftentimes I'll have a B.5 layer or a A.5 layer where I'll add something in. You can take things out if it doesn't work for your card. All right, this one, I went ahead and rotated it. So you'll see now, hopefully you can see my A layer and then B and C. All right, so B and C. And then I rotated again my D layer. I turned my D layer on its side, and my G, E, and F layer. Okay, so you can see that I did kind of almost like a Rubik's Cube twisting and turning with the sketch, but hopefully you're seeing the sketch there. If you just take it, rotate the card, and then rotate that back the other way. This is a Rubik's Cube of sketch number 20, but hopefully you can see it, and it drives home the point that what you end up with does not matter. It's, did you cut the paper and start stamping and gluing and make a card? That's the goal of the shortcut card sketches. There's now 20 of them. And so there's lots of inspiration there for you right on the blog at kitchentablestamper.com. All right, so let's take a look at comments, and then we're going to recap. Hey, Jan. Hey, Tony. Beth is here. Hi, Beth. Sue, I feel like I haven't talked to you on live in I don't know how long. Happy Friday, everybody. Anne's here. Anne says happy Friday. Liked and shared. Thank you for those likings and those sharings. When you guys do that, you let the algorithm know that you're interested, that you're engaged. So keep those coming. If you know anybody who would like this content, who loves a good card sketch, if you know anybody who loves a good card sketch, you better be sending them my way, or send my sketches their way. Share this video, do it in your social media, share it to a friend. All those things really help us out a lot here to get to meet new crafty friends and to grow our audience and our channel, which in turn grows my business, which in turn pays the bills so I can keep doing what I love. Know what I mean? Leanne's here. Hi from Texas Hill Country outside of Austin. Hello, Leanne. I'm glad you're here. Teresa says, good morning from my deck. It's going to be a scorcher here in Northwest Oregon today. Yeah. I'm about done with scorchers, my friend. I'm telling you. I'm not ready for pumpkin spice, but I am ready for less scorching hot days, for sure. Here's to a great new school year for all those returning. I'll enjoy the start of 5-year breakfast on Monday with all the retirees from the district I retired from. Yeah, happy back to school, everybody. We don't go back until after Labor Day around here. Desi's back, though. She's a teacher in elementary district right around here. and she's back to school now. She had kids for the first day yesterday. Don't worry, she's going to be taking pictures of her banners. She did finish them and they look great. So if you're in the craft social and you're waiting for that, she's getting settled with the kids, and she's going to send us some pictures in the craft social. So check that out. Rebecca's here. Rebecca says hello, Marissa and crafty friends. And Linda Dana says hello. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you for liking and sharing. It really does help. Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky. Margaret says, hello. Did you just start? I just started. And we're just giving everybody a bit to get in here before I start crafting this card. Let's see. Carol, hello. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a long time either. Hello, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Corrine. Corrine says, hi, everyone, and shared. Thank you guys for sharing. Serious. It makes a huge difference. All right, so let me just flip back my view over here so that I can see in real time without the delays of the social media. This is shortcut card sketch number 20. You can get it for free on the blog today in just a little bit. This is the card that we're making. Let me set this one aside because I want to recap, because this is part 2 in our summer mini paper sampler. So this was our summer mini paper sampler. And if you order a paper sampler from us, this is what you can expect to receive. All right, so it's too late for the summer one, but we do the assorted die cuts for you when there is die cuts, quarter pack of the paper. We're using the Spooky Sweet specialty paper today. As you can see, we label them all. You get 1 6x12 or 1 6x6 when there is 6x6. No, we do 2 6x6 when there is 6x6 if possible, because 6x6 plus 6x6 equals 6x12. So that's kind of our logic behind it. But that was the paper sampler. And with this paper sampler, we featured the iridescent petunia pop ribbon that we're using today, and these charming shimmer faceted gems. So part number 1 of this summer series is featured shortcut card sketch number 19. This was our card, and you can check those out on the blog if you need a recap. So you can get shortcut card sketch number 19. Now, with the new sampler, and I'm going to show you guys that, we are going to, let me show you. I have it a little bit apart here because I just printed my labels. I want to show you how they come. If you feel like joining us, this is how we roll. All right, so let me put that aside for a second. When you get a paper sampler from us, you get 6x12 wherever possible, because we want to send you the biggest, most useful chunk that you can enjoy. In the case of most, that means you'll get 1 6x12 of each design. It varies a little bit depending on what Stampin' Up's got going on. And what we do for you is we label each of the segments of our paper sample with the name of the paper. So what do I got here? I've got Elegant Pine Snowflakes Designer Series paper. So you'll always find on the divider the label with the name of the paper, the number, the price, the coordinating colors to help you with your design, and of course where you can get more, right? So that is the Elegant Pine Snowflakes Designer Series paper. It will also include 1 6x12 of each. This is the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. Love this paper. Card Club members, you will see more of this one. And again, our usual labels. This is how we do it. And I want you guys to see what you're getting when you join us. So RSVP if you'd like to get a sample of all these papers. All right, let me put that right side down so that we can add the next one. This one, have you guys seen all these? This is the North Pole Delivery Specialty paper. You're going to get a 6x12 of each of the papers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're also going to get an assortment of the die cuts so that you'll have a full idea of what these paper packs consist of. Now, sometimes you get a pack of paper and you're like, ugh, I don't really love this. I could have definitely been satisfied with a quarter of a pack. Sometimes you get a pack of paper and you're like, I could have 12 of these. I love this paper so much. Well, what we want to do is help you figure that out so that you can order more of the ones that you love best. This is called Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. You're going to get a 6x12 of each design. Plenty enough to do some projects, but not so much that if you're like, oh, that isn't as pretty as I thought it was, you won't feel like, oh, well, what did I invest in a whole pack of that for, right? So that's kind of the idea behind the paper sampler, is to see it all in real life and make your decision based on actually seeing it. And if you're like me, I do this as a business now, and it's a write-off for me. But when I was stamping as a hobby, I couldn't have every single pack of paper. And so I liked having a little bit of everything. Then I'd buy a pack or two of the ones that I really, really loved. That's how I did it. It has satisfied, like, scratched the itch to have everything. If you were like me and you want it all and you want it delivered, this was a great way to do it. And then the packs that I really loved for, say, my Christmas cards or my fall projects or whatever it was I had going on. Then I could buy one full pack of the things I love. All right, this is called Autumn Toile. Now this one, you get one 6x12 of each design. It's not a full quarter of a pack because this one only has 4 designs. So we do sometimes give you less than a quarter of a pack, but you always get a 6x12 sample. And we list that out on the flyer, by the way, so you'll know exactly how many sheets and what size you're getting of each one. So this flyer is on the blog right now, and it's printable, or you can download it as PDF so that you can refer back to it and know exactly what you're getting in your paper sampler. The other autumn one is called Gathering Together. Now, Gathering Together is online exclusive. Autumn Toile is in the catalog. So we're doing both together, the new online exclusives and the holiday catalog. All right, so you get 6x12, one each of 6 sheets there. That's Gathering Together. And again, all the coordinating colors and the item number, the price per pack, it's all right there. This one is called Modern Christmas. It's a specialty designer series paper. Get 6x12 pieces. Good for New Year's, good for a very modern Christmas. Interesting pack of black and white with splashes of gold. That's Modern Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper. So if you are getting just the paper, this brick right here is what you would get. There's 2 6x6 samples in here. And now because of 6x6 and 6x6 equals a 6x12, we're doing 2, but also because the pattern is super useful, but you might want the blocks, but you might want to use some of the pattern, but you might want the blocks. You see what I'm saying here? So it's nice to have 2 of these. You're gonna have 2 of each. This one, you might want the 4x6 or this little stripe of 2x6, or you might want the solid pattern, or you might want both. See what I'm saying for this one? So you're getting 2 6x6, so you can enjoy both sides when it comes to this pattern. And then you'll also get the assorted die cuts for this. This is a really cool new configuration of product for Stampin' Up. This is called Christmas Tags and More Mix and Match Specialty Designer Series paper. That is a mouthful. There are coordinating memories and more envelopes and cards, envelope and card set, and just a really neat mix and match kind of product for either scrapbooking or card making. And then the last one in our 6x6 is Lights of Aurora Designer Series paper. And again, you're going to get 2 each of these designs. All right, so that is our paper sampler, you guys. You can RSVP. Just the paper goes like this. Now, if you get the sketches, whether you get them digital or you get them concierge and laminated for you. Then you're also going to get the embellishments that we're going to use for making the cards. We are making cards on October 10th with sketch number 21, October 24th with sketch number 22, and November 7th with sketch number 23. So you'll get those long before we do our YouTube and Facebook lives with them, but we will get together on alternating Fridays to do our cards. If you get them with the sketches, you will also get the embellishments that we're going to use on those 3 events, okay? So like on this event, I need an assistant. Desi, come put these papers back in the bag for me, darling. I need some help. She's like, Mom, I'm going to school. You can't stop me. That's what she says. But you're also going to get with your sampler a pack of the Old Olive and Early Espresso twine, which of course I can't find mine right now. And you're going to get the streak dots. I would show you them. I swear I have them. I just don't know where I put them. All right. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to find them, but those are the embellishments that we're featuring. And all 3 cards that we make in the series will have the same embellishments, just like the cards in the series had the same embellishments. Let's see here. Where is my... All right, so this one was card number 1 in the summer series using those shimmer dots, which were the part of this one. So we always use the same... sometimes we add in some linen thread or something else that's neutral too. We might use some rhinestones or something like that, but we always will use the same included embellishments on the cards in the series. All right, so next series is streaked dots and the Old Olive and Early Espresso twine. All right, hopefully that helps you visualize what we're talking about, and hopefully you'll RSVP and join us for our paper sampler, our holiday paper sampler. All right, Mary Ellen says hello from Montana. Kathy Sanford's here. Hello, Kathy. Cliffy says, just wanted to say, hey, off to radiation therapy. I'll watch the replay. I'll see you on the replay, Cliffy. Have a good, restful weekend, my friend. Cheryl says, can I get a 12 by 12 sampler? Cheryl, I have not gotten any other interest in it. If anybody's interested in 12 by 12 samplers, please email me. It would be an entirely different calculation, so it would only be 7 papers instead of 9 papers. The shipping would be a different cost. The packing 12 by 12 is more expensive because of what the boxes cost for 12 by 12. So in order to do all that calculation, in order to reconfigure everything, I'd need more interest than just a 1 12 by 12 because the price would be completely different. 7 papers instead of 9, higher packing costs, different shipping cost entirely. So to do all that calculation, I need to hear somebody else pipe up that they'd want a 12 by 12 sampler. So if there's anybody out there, please pipe up, email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com, and I'll calculate up a price and let you guys know what that would be. I can't say off the top of my head, and if I don't get some more interest, it's probably not beneficial to spend a lot of time on it. Let's see here. Yeah, anybody else want a 12 by 12? Email me. The linen thread and streak dots are in a bucket with the big tree. I just looked at the bucket with the big tree. That's the first place I went to. Hold on. I don't think they stayed in the bucket with the big tree. Unless there's... Oh, I did find the... Wait. That was user error. These were under the card. And these were stuck in a corner. Thank you, Jan. All right, Jan found my embellishments. Hold on, so let me show you. So when you get just the paper with kitchen table stamper samplers, this is what you get this holiday. And then if you get with the PDFs, whether you get them printed or not printed, whether you get them the 3 laminated or not laminated, then you get like that, okay? Because then you get your embellishments so you can make the cards from the sketches too. All right, so that's the product that's included with the with the sampler. We'll probably, because this is how we roll, when we pack this, what we'll probably end up doing is doing it like that. So this is what you'll see, nice and pretty, with the label right there. You see, that's kind of how we sent this. So there, hopefully that helps you visualize getting your own kitchen table stamper holiday catalog sampler. RSVP with the link if you want to join us. All right, so our last, our newest and our second sketch in the summer mini series is shortcut card sketch number 20. And this is our card. Let me show you inside because it was a black card, so I got a little carried away on the inside. And there it is. So the first thing we're going to do, you guys ready for some Stampin', is we are going to do A, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I have basic black cardstock. Let me catch up on some comments. Oh, Desi's here. Desi, I was just calling you to put the paper back in the envelope for me, or back in the bag. Are you on lunchtime? Beth says hi to Desi. Vicky says, when does the link go out for the holiday sampler? Thank you for signing up for it, my friend. You are such a constant supporter, and we appreciate you so, so much. We can send the link out and start taking payment on the 27th. So look out for that on Wednesday. Okay. Let's see. All right. So today, shortcut card sketch number 20. We're going to put you aside. We're doing it kind of Rubik's Cube style. We're going to twist and then we're going to turn. But if you can see it, that's our sketch for today. All right, so let me get myself in frame here. And level A, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, basic black, and that's our card. Let's do a real quick embossing on the card front. I've got my birchwood embossing folder, and my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is, oh, it's not. I usually keep it on the floor next to me, and it wasn't there. And I was like, what did I do? I have to go find it. I was going to ask Jan where I left it. No. I don't know what I'd do without you, Jan, my friend. All right. So birchwood is 3D. So we need 1 and 4. And I'm going to do the whole card front. And you guys know what I say about the whole card front. You can do the whole card front if you want to. I just put the card in. I line up the fold so that it's with the edge of the design. I put with these big 3D ones, you can still put the fold in first so you don't have that risk of grading the fold. Like with a 6x6 folder, you sometimes have the risk of grading the fold. So it's much, much safer to do with these big ones, but you just leave it hanging out the end of the machine, give it a crank through and emboss the whole front. Some do not like to do that, either because of the process or because you can see the debossed side inside the card. Some see that they don't like that it makes the card stock weight feel a little bit more flimsy, I guess, because of the stretching of the fibers. So if there's any reason at all why you don't like to do the whole front of your card, then grab a piece of basic black. You can do anywhere in the neighborhood of 4 by 5 1/4, run that embossed, and then glue it onto your card after you ink it. We're going to ink it to make it look kind of like eerie clouds in the sky. I love this folder for this technique. We're going to use it in our next Stampin' Stick card class, but we're going to do it with Pool Party. So we're going to do Pool Party with the white inking, and then it looks kind of like a harvest sky. All right, so fun technique. Let's get this done. I've got my Stampin' pad. It's the uninked white one, craft one. Oh, I've got ink everywhere. It was tipped on its side, so I'm trying to keep the mess to a minimum. Don't store this on its side is the moral of the story. But I'm going to just add some ink very carefully to catch those raised areas and make it look like clouds in a dark night sky. Okay. And my advice to you is hold the card parallel to the table. drag the ink pad parallel across the card. That gets the ink on the card front and not highly concentrated around the edges like approaching at an angle would do. You don't want to ink the edges here. You're trying to grab that raised area. So my second advice to you would be to put a little bit light touch, because you could go back and you can add more ink. You can layer this up and you can keep on going, but you can't take it off. Once it's on there, it's on there. It will dry a little bit. Like if you look at this one, you'll see it dries a little softer, just a little bit, but you can't take it off. So go light and layer up. And that's gonna dry for a minute. I'm going to look at some comments and see how you guys are doing. How are you guys doing? Vicky says, I need that embossing folder now, right? It's not just birch. It has its benefits on birch. Take some smoky slate cardstock and then rub some basic gray ink over it and then some white. You can get a really cool birch effect, but it's definitely a chameleon. I was just telling Desi, everybody how you got the kids back in school now, and you're gonna, once you get settled, you'll share us your banners, right? Is everybody asking about your banners? We can't wait to see your picture. Yeah, I see it. Tony asked about it. All right. Fran says, first time live. Hey, Fran, we're glad you're here. I hope you'll hang out with us live more often. We're live pretty much every Friday at noon. And then we do do we do 3 Thursdays a month? No, one of them's a Zoom. We do 2 live Thursdays a month at 2 p.m. So noon on Fridays, this is Central Time, and 2 Thursdays a month at 2 p.m. You can always catch us on replays, but we're more fun live. Vicky says live is the best. I haven't had time at all this summer. What have you been busy with, Vicky? I'm glad you're here today. All right, let's see. Anne Kristen says, hello from Sweden. Well, hello, my friend. I'm glad you're here. What time is it in Sweden? Evening. We live in the past. Nighttime, actually, probably. I forget, how many hours are you ahead of me? 6, 7, 8? Somewhere in that neighborhood, I think. How long does white ink take to dry? Very good question. Not terribly long. Just looking down at it, I don't know if the camera's picking up, but just as I was looking at the comments and my eyes were off of it, it's already gone from really opaque white to kind of softening up. So you'll see that difference. You'll see it soft up. You'll see it kind of gray out a little bit, and that's how you'll know that it's dry. It can always be a little bit chalky. This one's not completely dry, but when you run your finger over it, you won't get ink off of the project, and that's how you'll know it's dry. It takes a little bit. Just as I'm reading comments here, it should be dry by the time I introduce our next layers. Let's see here. Kathy says, love the inside. I don't always do insides, but with a black card, I just had to. Joan says, hi from Washington State. I'm glad you're here. Anne says it's 8 p.m. Okay, so you're 8 hours ahead of me. That's not a bad time for watching. After dinner, before bed, maybe. Bonnie says, hello from Cincinnati, watching from my couch, recovering from a fractured ankle. Oh, I feel your pain, Bonnie. I did that a few years ago. In my defense, it was icy out, and I got attacked by 8 ninjas. And so, when you get attacked by 8 ninjas on ice, a fractured ankle was the least of it. You should see what I did to those ninjas. I felt so crazy. I felt like a clumsy old lady when I fell on the ice. And so that was my story, and I'm sticking to it. When anybody asked, I said, I got attacked by 8 ninjas. And then I'd say, you should see, you think I'm in bad shape, you should see what I did to them. I hope you have a very, very speedy recovery, my friend. I'm sorry. We'll keep you company while you recover. All right, let's take a look. Beth says, just threw a pack of embellishments all over like confetti cannon. Woo! 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 Party time. Beth, get me a drink and we'll just call it a party, okay? There's ninjas at your house as well, right? I'm telling you. You should see what happened to those guys. You thought I was bad. Vicky says, family was here from Lithuania all summer. Oh, that's such a worthy reason, a very good reason not to hang out with me. I hope that you had a really enjoyable time. Let's see. We got to look at our sketch here, but I got to change my view. What past embossing folder would an old world paper one look similar? Ooh, I love that old world paper. Old world paper won't have quite as much space between the raised images or between the raised portions, but I'd love to see it. I think that's a very good call. Give that one a try and then share on the craft social. Put a picture in the craft social. Is that too much to ask? Anyways, you guys know the craft social, right? It's our Facebook group that's affiliated with this page. That's where all the cool kids hang out. Buzz over there and hang out with us if you haven't already become active participants in the craft social. And Margaret, if you happen to try that folder, stamp a picture, okay? Because I think it would look similar. I just think you're not going to have as much space in between. Use a light hand with your ink and let us know what you think. All right, so in our shortcut card sketch number 20, which will also be posted in the craft social this afternoon, good place to pick up all the shortcut card sketches. B and C are both 3 inches. This one's 3 by 3. C is 1.5 by 3. And we're going to go ahead and adhere those onto our card. So what you're noticing here is we kind of started off like this, but that's not where we ended up. And that's okay. That's what happens with shortcut card sketches sometimes. And that really is the point. The point is not where you end up. It's that you get started, right? That's what the point of the shortcut card sketches is that you cut paper, you stamp images, you glue paper, and you make a card, even if it's not exactly a carbon copy of the sketch. So we started out kind of this way, and we then, all right, so what I did when I was designing this card was I grabbed one of those tags from the designer series paper and I cut it out, and my intention was to go like this. And so D says 1 3/4 by 3 7/8, and I just grabbed the paper. I let the designer series paper do the work, right? And then if you look at E and F, I've got 1/2 by 4, 1/2 by 2.5, and I was going to kind of go this way with it, right? And then sentiment, any shape of your choice. I've got just a little strip here of basic white. I think this is 3/8 of an inch by about 4 inches. And so that's where I was going to go, right? But then as I started making my images, I'm like, oh, I'm going to put that tree. Then I felt like I lost myself a little bit. My card became really orange. There was no room for my like signature Halloween moon. So all I did was take that, lift these layers, and turned my card. So it ended up being a little bit of a Rubik's Cube, but hopefully you're seeing the evolution of the process and the use of the shortcut card sketches. They're to get you started. So I started out following it just perfectly, but when it didn't work entirely for me, I just said, okay, no problem. We'll just give it a little twist, a little Rubik's Cube. And it all came together, as you can see, into an adorable, don't worry, eat sweets, boo card. It really did come together. Okay, so does that help you see the process in shortcut card sketch and how to use the shortcut card sketch? It doesn't have to be. It can be exactly what the sketch is. That's awesome. But it does not have to be. You allow it to take shape and enjoy the journey, right? Let me do some stamping. I'm going to get some Memento Tuxedo Black here. You guys are really quiet. Wait, let me know what you're thinking. Do you like shortcut card sketch number 20? You can go pick it up off the blog. Do you already have it? Are you going to use it? If you do, are you going to share in the craft social? Talk to me. What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about the evolution of this card from a landscape mode to a portrait mode? Do you do that? Do you get kind of stuck on a card sometimes? And then when you walk away, you come back and, oh, let me just turn that 90 degrees and then the card all comes together. Have you ever felt that? What's going on there? Talk to me, people. Oh, Bonnie says, thanks for the wishes for a speedy recovery. You're welcome. We'll keep you company. All right, then my little Franken doggy. Got to do him. Margaret says, will do. Oh, good. Yeah, share with me, and I'll think about other ones that might work for this fun technique, too. Teresa says, I love the card. And Jan says, love all the sketches, and they're so helpful to get you started. Tony says, mine looks like a twist and a shout version of it. LOL. That's what I want to hear. That's good. And my feeling is I want to support you in your creativity. And if that means that I carry you with a sketch that and you make a card that looks exactly like the sketch, great. And if that means that you twist and shout and make a Rubik's Cube out of it, that's great too. Any way that I can support you and get you to use those purchases. See, I figure I probably convinced you to buy that thing. Let me support you in how to use that thing. You know what I mean? All right, don't worry, Eat Sweets can go aside with our other pieces. We'll glue that down in just a minute. My doggy is light smoky slate, light basic black, petunia pop, pumpkin pie, lemon lime twist, and I got a color lifter. Let's see here. Rebecca says, love the idea of turning the pieces of the card sketch. Great, see? And sometimes you don't start out with that intention either. That's the other thing that I wanted to make clear when we're doing the card sketch today is I didn't start out with the intention to do this. I didn't look at the card sketch when I was making the designs for this sampler series and say, I'm going to give them a real surprise and I'm going to turn this card around from landscape to portrait, and then I'm going to turn the tags from portrait back to from landscape back to portrait. Like, there was no intention in my mind of doing that. It's just where the pieces led, and that's okay. Creativity can take the lead once you get started. But you know what? Creativity can't take the lead if you don't get started. And so, I don't know, maybe you're not like me in that getting started is no big deal. You got all the ideas all the time, and getting started is no big deal. And that's good too. But I think for a lot of us, just getting past cutting the paper and getting started is sometimes the hardest part. And so hopefully that's what this does, is it helps you cut the paper and get started. Whether it takes a twist or a turn, yeah, that's the adventure. That's the journey. All right, let's see here. Fran says, I'll give it a try. That would be awesome. And then if you do give it a try, shortcut card sketch or the spun embossing technique, whatever, come share, and you use your Stampin' Up! Supplies, come share with us in the Craft Social. The Craft Social is the Facebook group that is connected to Kitchen Table Stamper business page. We have weekly challenges there, and an amazing community. Really, really great. Crafters hang out and share so much. They share of their creativity and they share of their lives, and our moderators are awesome. And yeah, just a really, really good place to hang out on the internet. Positive, creative, caring, sharing. I just made a poem. But yeah, really great place. So if you do try the shortcut card sketch, number 20, or you try the embossing folder, the Eerie Sky embossing folder technique, especially if you find another Stampin' Up! Folder that makes a great Eerie Sky or a Harvest Sky background. Come share that with us too. We love to see what you're doing. We will be, as soon as I'm done here, we'll be posting a video with the project, just no chit chat, just me making the project. I'll give a couple of coloring tips and things like that in the video if you want to watch we call it the clean video, no chit chat, just a clean video. That'll be posted. The project sheet for this card will be posted. If you haven't seen Kitchen Table Stamper project sheets, they're amazing. They've gotten so good over the years. You will have a full supply list, measurements for every piece, step-by-step written instructions, a few full color photos, outside, close-up, inside views, everything you need to follow along in a beautiful format, full color. So there will be a printable project sheet and the printable PDF for the sketch after the video today. And we'll link you to that. All right, we got to die cut our Frankendoggy. Frankendoggy is the entire reason, well, not entire reason, that and don't worry, eat sweets. I love that sentiment. But that's what got me on this bundle. I don't know, Frankendoggy's just a cutie. So let's get him cut out. He is from, I didn't mention, Spooky Halloween bundle. That's this guy right here. And there's also a witchy kitty. I've had enough witches. Thanks anyway, Stampin' Up. But I do love no tricks, all treats. And don't worry, eat sweets. That's what totally got me. Oh my goodness. I'm having trouble mousing. Couldn't tell how that was in the frame. And then you can bundle it up with the Spooky Halloween dies. Great accessories in this pack. The little haunted house and fence and bats. Really awesome dies. And then there is a bat tag topper, or like a fold over tab. Really cool die. So some kind of what should I say, original ideas, art, sentiments for Halloween this year. So I don't do a lot of Halloween. It's never been my favorite holiday. I like the community part of it. Getting out in the neighborhood and trick-or-treating with kids, or when the kids all get together with the neighbor kids or their cousins. Like, I like the community part of it, and I do like the color palette. But otherwise, nah, I don't know. Frankendoggy was cute, though. And there he is, all cut out. I've got a couple more Halloween treats in mind. We've done mostly cards between Card Club for Cool People and this. We're doing a lot of cards so far. I will have a couple of treats. I've got a few things coming up for you. Let me put some dimensionals on the back of Doggy here. All right, I already showed you guys my tree. I have a couple other die cuts from the paper. So the paper is a specialty one, and there's lots of fun little dudes to cut out of the designer series paper, like to cut out with scissors, but there's also fun die cuts. This little guy is a fun die cut. Where's my other one? Oh, it's all the way over there. I wanted to show you one of the other ones I cut out of the paper. I did a little different inside. This one, oh no, that one's another die cut. This one is a die cut. I got that one for today. This little guy right here I cut out of the paper. Little bat dressed as a ghost. So he came out of the same orange. So lots of different options there. I've got this guy for inside. And then my tree. Got a candy corn and a bat. Now, call me crazy and it's okay. You can use them just like they are, but I thought that the white line around it was a little wide. So I did go around my bat and trim a little bit off. I went around my candy corn, trimmed a little bit off, and yes, for you crazy scissor cutters out there, you can just feel the enjoyment that I had when I cut that tree closer. So I did go all the way around the tree and cut the white border smaller. I enjoy it, honestly. Cutting things out is kind of soothing to me. I have no problem with fussy cutting. I haven't given fussy cutting tips in a long time, but support your scissor. Your ring finger or your middle finger should be in the loop. Your index finger or index finger and middle finger should be under the scissor. And if you can switch back and forth between those because you're well practiced, then you get less muscle fatigue, all right? When you cut, there's no prize for cutting it all out in one piece. Cut off the excess as you go and turn the object that you're cutting out. Don't turn the scissors. And those are the best tips I can give you for cutting, but I did. I trimmed it really close. I thought it looked a little bit nicer that way. I'm going to put my candy corn on a glue dot. I'm going to put my bat on a glue dot, partly because it's fast and easy to glue it on, and partly because that way I can't lose it. All right, let's see here. I'm going to glue some of these layers down, speaking of don't want to lose it. So I'm going to get my little tree, and I've got my silicone mat. Let's see how you guys are doing on the comments before I glue down my layers. After all, hanging out with you guys is the best part of going live. Let's see. Tamara says, I love the card. Thank you. Tweaking things is fun. Changing it up, right? That's exactly it. And I love to see when you guys tweak things and change things up. I love to see when you copy it exactly too, because that means that you're using your supplies. So either way, your creative journey is fine with me. Let's see here. Julie says, hello, friend, just tuning in. I'm currently not feeling well, but I wanted to make sure I came to give you a thumbs up and see your latest creation. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Feel better, my friend. I'm sorry to hear you're under the weather. I've got a shortcut card sketch number 20 for you to try when you're feeling better. Cheryl says, I missed it. Where's the background tree from? That is just one of the die cuts from the paper. Just pop it right out of the paper, and I trimmed it down a little closer because I liked it that way. All right, so I'm going to put a moon behind the tree right about here. So I'm going to hold on to my tree here so that I don't glue those branches all the way down. And then I am just loving this fine tip bottle. It's the multi-purpose liquid glue, and I just transferred it into here. It makes your glue last incredibly long because you use just little tiny sips instead of big glugs, and it makes it really easy to apply glue to something as fiddly as this. Less is more. And the silicone mat, that little bit of glue will just dry there, and then I'll peel it right off. All right, we're going to add this one here all the way as far as we can get to the right without it going off the edge of the card. Ta-da. Now, don't worry, eat sweets and our designer paper. Let's get some liquid glue on those. Oh, come on. This one's giving me a bit of a trouble, but I'm afraid to squeeze too hard because if there's something that's slowing down the flow, I don't want it to spit out on my project right now. Ugh. Come on, glue, but I have to squeeze the bottle really, really hard right now. Okay, a little banner here. Oh, I should bring this back in just in case you're just joining us. This is our shortcut card sketch number 20. Let's see how that is in the picture or not. I gotta switch to my live view. There we go. So I rotated, stuck on B and C, and then rotated my tag again. So we got a little bit of a twist and shout or Rubik's Cube going on here. But then we're going to add these pretty little pattern ones, but hopefully you can see what we got going on there with the sketch. A little bit of fun right here. Get our sentiment. Don't cover either one of the patterns entirely. Then we can add our doggy. This little guy is going to go on the inside. If you haven't seen already, we've got some fun happening on the inside. Don't worry, eat sweets. Now, for our moon, got some crushed curry cardstock and a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So the first thing you do is punch a circle, right? And then after you punch a circle, you're going to slide over. So I punched the circle entirely. Here's the circle that I punched, right? Use that moon on another card. And then slide over after you punch the circle and punch again. And now you've got a great harvest moon for your cards. Halloween cards. I think Halloween cards really benefit from a great big moon in the background. I don't know. I feel like it brings it home to fall. It really feels very fall to me. All right, then we can get our little bat that we're trying not to lose. Pop that guy on. I've got some iridescent petunia pop ribbon. If you're on the paper sampler, oh, I've used almost all of this. Man, I've used a lot of this. If you're on the paper sampler, this is the ribbon that came with your, if you got a PDF level, this is the ribbon that came with your sampler. And we're just going to cut it in half, make it narrow, and then we're going to double it up. I've been really liking the look of the ribbons because they've been a little wide. This one's actually one of the more narrow ones that Stampin' Up! Has offered us recently. But we've gotten a lot of, this is a 3/8 inch ribbon, which is awesome. It's a really good width. But I've been on a cut it in half kick. So I just carried on with it. I did it in half on both of them. You don't have to cut it in half if you don't want to. It's not super wide. But we've had a lot of 1/2 inch and 5/8 inch ribbons from Stampin' Up! Lately. And those can be a little bit heavy on a card. But when you cut it in half, you're still using the exact same amount of ribbon, but it just visually lightens it up a little bit. So I'm going to cut down the center and then stack one half over the other half, and then loop, and then swoop from the back, tuck in that space where your finger is holding, and pull, and then you've got a perfect bow. Trust me, needs a little finesse, but that's okay. Hold the knot, and then pull the tail or the loops, whichever you need to get your bow sized just right. And there you have a really cool double bow. Gives some variety to your ribbons. I feel like if you buy the 3/8 of an inch ribbon, then you get the narrow ribbon for free, right? And cut it in half. Got the narrow ribbon for free. And we're gonna get that one on there with a glue dot. You guys, I hope that you're enjoying Shortcut Card Sketch number 20. And I hope that this series has answered some questions for you about our holiday catalog sampler. Maybe you'll consider RSVP and joining us for the holiday catalog sampler. We'll be doing the sketch series again. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and do a bit on the inside of our card here. I have 2 die cuts ready already. Besides the one that I punched out, this was the paper, and I just punched it out of the paper. And then I cut Boo. Boo is from another brand new Stampin' Up! Die set. This is called Fright Night. Fright Night has Boo, Eek, awesome labels. These will come in really handy. And then some spider web segments, right? And then I did my postage rectangle using the perennial postage dies. This is B, which is the second largest one, about 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. If you're looking for a substitute or cutting something else, cutting the liner with your paper trimmer, you want to get about the same look. There is for the inside. I like the postagey edge against the black. The white postagey edge against the black is good high contrast. Gonna bring back my silicone mat. You can see that the glue's already dried, and then all you have to do is roll it up and take it away. Very easy cleanup. I'm gonna do the same thing with my boo. Hold just the very edge. You can use like that, take your pick tool right here and use the pick end to hold this still. Just a little bit of glue goes a really long way. Pop boo on the inside, leave a little bit of room below to sign it. Uh-oh, my fingers are stickier than the glue. That's no good. And oh, this looks like it's uphill. Hold on. Don't cringe. Desi, I hope you're not watching right now. Desi gets so upset when I do this. This is when Desi leaves the room. She says, Mom, it's good enough. Why you gotta take it apart? Because it wasn't straight, Des. Because I wanted it to be a different color, Desi. Because I need to put the ribbon underneath there. There's all kinds of reasons why I take things apart and then glue them all back together. How about you? Do you guys take things apart and then glue them all back together? It was crooked. I wanted it to be brown. And second thought, maybe it should go portrait instead of landscape. Whatever the reason is, I do a lot of pulling things off and sticking them back down. There we go. There's the inside. Let me get some embellishments and take a peek at your comments. You guys go ahead and RSVP for paper sampler. We're keeping a list and we'll send out links to pay on Wednesday. I hope that you're enjoying the series and you'll grab the PDFs as they become available. 21, 22, and 23 sketches are awesome. You're not going to want to miss them. If you've got any questions, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Let's see here. Embellishments are Charming Shimmer Faceted. And I'm going to use the Petunia Pop ones on this project. I think that's kind of the obvious choice, but I do love the variety of colors on this pack. They're great for Halloween, but they'll go with a lot of other projects too, with their Misty Moonlight and Petal Pink color sparkles also. A little sparkle on the outside there. That is it, you guys. That is shortcut card sketch number 20. Let me show you shortcut card sketch number 19 again, which is the first one in our series. Now, this is part of a much larger series, you guys. Like I said, we do this series of shortcut card sketches. The sampler and sketch series is what we call it. So if you're interested in taking a look down memory lane, you can check out today's blog post after we're done with the broadcast here, and you'll be able to go through the shortcut card sketch, the sampler and sketch series from 1 all the way through to 20. So if you got a little time this weekend and you want to look at some stamping eye candy, check out the blog post and you can go through the whole history of our shortcut card sketch, sampler and sketch series. Vicky says, I've used different box treat ideas for family party gift boxes. I'm so glad that you're doing it. Share them in the craft social now that you're finding yourself a little time on your hands, maybe. Let's see. I like the idea of cutting the ribbon in half. I don't ever think of doing that, even though you show to do it. I have been I have to say, a little bit guilty of doing it a lot lately. I hope it doesn't get tedious, but Stampin' Up's been giving us 1/2 inch and 5/8 and 7/8 inch ribbons, so it's made sense to cut them down. And then sometimes it's nice to cut them down because then you can mix them with other fibers like this one. Or here it is, just the ribbon that was with the sampler, and here it is mixed with some other fiber. I think it's fun to do that too. At Card Club, we mixed our ribbon. We did the Petunia Pop bordered ribbon and mixed it with vanilla and black check, and had really kind of shaggy fun bows. So let's see here. Vicky says, I like the idea of cutting the ribbon in half. I take things apart, but I'm not always successful. Jan, right? I take things apart, and with the focus on what will not be seen, does not need to come apart perfectly. Jan told me, I don't remember who told Jan, but Jan told me that sometimes when you're peeling apart the layers, if you huff on it, as you're going, the moisture from your breath, when you will help loosen the adhesive to get the layers apart a little bit easier. So it was a good tip. It does help. I'm happy to pass that one on. I don't remember who Jan got that tip from, but it really does. It does help if you're like us and you take things apart sometimes to put them back together straighter or differenter. Let's see here. Fran says, what's this whimsy workshop from your blog? Oh, let me show you, because it's funny. We're actually finishing up the August one. My friend Angie Judah, I don't know if you guys know Angie. If you don't know Angie, she's Chicken Scratch, and she is my upline and friend. We've been friends for years. We do the Whimsy Workshop together, and it's just a free tutorial that we give to our customers and team every month. So we're working on August right now. I'll give you a hint that August Whimsy Workshop does feature the Halloween Designer Series paper. So that'll give you the flavor for August. But that's July. And you can purchase these for $9.95. And inside each of the Whimsy Workshop, there is a card doodle, which is a card sketch that we don't share anywhere else, and a twinkle treat, which is a box template we don't share anywhere else. All right, so that's our Whimsy Workshop, and then you get the PDF tutorial. Whenever I do boxes, I always make templates like this. So this is how I keep my Whimsy Workshops. I've made myself a great little book, a resource book. And so I make this kind of template, and then I print and laminate my card sketches and my tree box templates, and then print off the PDF, and I put it in a page protector. So this is Whimsy Workshop, and this is how I do it. My team members get Whimsy Workshop for free. So if you were to join my team this month, you would get the August Whimsy Workshop for free. And then as long as you stay a demonstrator on the Kitchenettes team, you also get all my PDF tutorials going forward, whether it be Whimsy Workshop, Card Club for Cool People, shortcut card sketches. You get all of those things. So the longer you stay, the more content you gather. All right. And so this is a Whimsy Workshop now. June, same idea. We have a doodle, a twinkle treat, a PDF. All right. And they are available to purchase. May, I don't know what happened to my printer, but I left it anyways. May Whimsy Workshop, April Whimsy Workshop. All right, so if you haven't been collecting them for free, either as team members or as Stampin' Up! Customers, you can definitely pick them up in the store, the Kitchen Table Stamper store. But each one has a collectible card sketch and what is it called? Card doodle and twinkle treat. And then there's March. We've been doing it since January. Where's January? Okay, there's February. And we always use the same designer series paper, but different bundles. So each month it's the same designer series paper, the same card sketch or card doodle, and the same box template or twinkle treat. But we use a different bundle and different accessories and take our different spin on it. So whole lot of fun. That's the Whimsy Workshop. Thanks for asking. We are, I'll tell you, life has been a roller coaster for both Angie and I. Angie maybe a little bit more than me, but so we're a little bit behind, but anybody who placed an order in August will be getting our August Whimsy Workshop for free, and same with our team members get the Whimsy Workshop for free. Did that answer your question? If you're interested in having it, it's $9.95 you can pick and choose which months you want or all of them, and it is an awesome way to support the channel if you're interested. Let's see here. Dental Floss works to take things apart. Remember taking wood mounted stamps off of the wood blocks? Dental Floss works, and so does your heat tool, helps to soften the adhesive, but be careful, don't burn yourself or your project. Dental Floss is definitely a helper in that. Remember those magnetic photo albums where the pictures were stuck to the adhesive sheet and then the plastic went over the top? Dental Floss works for getting those pictures out of those albums too. Not always, but sometimes. I use my heat tool before trying to pull things apart. There you go, Sherry. Good tip. Yep, totally works. Just don't burn yourself. Fran says, oh, Angie, she's the one who sews all those cute fabric bags. Yes, she is the one. She's a talented seamstress, that's for sure. Quilts too. She makes beautiful quilts. Jen says, love the Whimsy Workshop. Thank you for your feedback, my friend. I think you're Whimsy Workshop's biggest fan. Tony, too. Tony loves the Whimsy Workshop. I have a binder only. For Whimsy Workshop. I need to get new binders to fill up with my printed ideas for Marisa. That's what we do the project sheets for. We're paper people, right? So when you print the project sheet, print that PDF and put it in a binder for yourself, it's a tangible way to get you started. That's what I do. I make all my own binders. I have one for my shortcut card sketches. I have one for Whimsy Workshop, one for my Wonder recipes. I haven't done a Wonder recipe in a while. And then all my card club and Stampin' Stick and Stampin' Stack card classes. I put the PDFs in a binder. It's a good place to jump in when you need something creative to get you going. So I hope that you use them. That's what they're there for. How are my Facebook friends? Corrine says, thank you, my pleasure. And she tries not to take things apart. Desi too, Corrine. She's like, Desi just shakes her head and like walks out of the room when I start taking things apart. It makes her uncomfortable. Kathy says, I just love this card. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. All right, I'll be back next week. What is next week? Next week, I'm back the 29th at noon. The 28th, I believe, is our In Color Zoom. Darling Duckling In Color Zoom. In Color Club people. I haven't got your thank you cards out yet. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can get them out this weekend. Darling Duckling for the In Color Club on the 28th, right, Jan? Jan knows my schedule better than me sometimes. And then the 29th, I'll be live again at noon. September 4th is the Tractor and Company Stampin' Stack. If you guys missed yesterday's Stampin' Stick, this is a Tractor and Company Stampin' Stick. If you guys missed yesterday's Stampin' Stick card class, go check it out. It was a lot of fun making the Humble Home Stampin' Stick card class with you guys. But just because my class is called Humble Home Stampin' Stick does not mean that you have to use the Humble Home. We provided a bunch of alternative ideas for you, including 2 sneak peeks of new products that are coming in the holiday and online exclusives. So there is not just, you don't have to just do houses. You don't have to do Humble Home. You can do it with other products if you want. This is our Humble Home. We have plenty of class packets still available for Humble Home. So go check out that card class this weekend if you're looking for a little inspiration. Stampin' Stick card class is absolutely free to attend. The replays are on the YouTube channel. They're on Facebook for 30 days, I believe, and they're embedded in my blog so that you can attend anytime on replay. The next live one is September 4th. The most recent replay is from yesterday. You can support the channel with the purchase of the PDF or an optional class packet. We have Humble Home and Party Piggy in the store. Look out for Tractor and Company come in next week. And I think that's it, you guys. I'm ready for the weekend. Unfortunately, my weekend consists of a wake and a meeting with the bookkeeper. So I've got big plans for this weekend. I hope that you guys have a better weekend plan than I do. All right, you guys. I will see you all next week. Have a happy, crafty weekend, and thank you for spending some time with me today. I'll see you next week.